Welcome back. If you love Indian food, there is an event taking place at Sun Peaks Grand, March 23-24th, that you don't want to miss. It's called The Taste of the Middle East. We have the executive chef from the Sun Peaks Grand joining us on the show today, Sudhir Souza. It's great to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Well, it's great to have you. This is going to be quite an event going on. Maybe give us a little bit of a lay of the land as to what's going on.
So this, following last year's Indian event, which was a taste with Vikram Veg, we followed it up with something which is called the Taste of the Middle East this year. So we've got a guest chef, Taufeeq, who is actually from Toronto. He comes with the background of being raised in Canada, born in Egypt. He's also been named as one of the top 10 new chefs by En route magazine. So, you know, it's a pleasure to have him here. And he comes from a different background. I come from a background where I've spent about 10 years in the Middle East cooking different food. So, you know, we'll put our brains together and get something over.
Right.
Yeah.
You say, though, you cook a variety of different types of Indian food, Lebanese, all different sort of backgrounds.
So my background is I've been working internationally for a fairly long time.
Yes.
I do Indian food, I do Middle Eastern food, I do Asian food. So there's a lot of different chefs I've worked with.
Yes.
And it's been good working with them.
Yes.
Now coming to this event itself, this event is in 3 stages. It's a weekend event. So we've got a cooking class where both me and Chef Taufeeq will cook up something in our own styles and have the cooking class. There's a belly dance class which goes along with the cooking class. We have a street food festival. It's so the typical idea of the street food festival is a souk. Souk in Arabic means market.
Nice.
So, you know, we're going to have calligraphy, we're going to have tarot readers and things of the sort, just to create that, or we're trying to create that kind of atmosphere. And then we've got the gala dinner, which is on the next day, which is, the event is termed as Majlis, and Majlis means a meeting place.
Nice.
So that's what we're up to.
So some great events coming up, and you can probably get tickets to all 3 or just one of them if there's only one you want to take part in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in case you do want to get to the belly dance class, you've got to sign up for the cooking class because that's packaged together. But the rest of the events are open.
Fantastic.
To everybody.
Yeah, that's going to be a really great event. 2 chefs, 2 different backgrounds, but equally talented, I'm sure. Today on the show, though, we're going to be making a fattoush salad. Now, this isn't something I know much about at all, so you have to tell us about it.
So fattoush salad is basically a Lebanese salad. Now, there are different versions of it. When you go down to the Middle East, you know, they're all very close-knit, and there are different takes on this. Now, this is my take on the fattoush salad. You know, very key ingredients. You've got the pomegranate molasses that you use in it. You've got the sumac powder, which is actually, you know, a bush that grows in the Middle East in the good weather out there, the hot weather out there. So it's the berries which are ground, dried up and ground, and it's got a tart flavor. So you know.
These ingredients that you use, you can't probably be accessed locally. Some of them. Where do you get your ingredients?
You could get sumac in a local Middle Eastern store. I'm not sure whether you can get it in the superstore. The pomegranate molasses, for sure, you can get them in the superstore.
So there are some things you can. Well, let's get started on the salad.
Okay, so for the salad, what we do is we use romaine lettuce. You could use any other lettuce. So you just cut it all up. Okay. Into a bowl.
And on the menu up at Sun Peaks Grand, do you have quite a bit of Middle Eastern influence in the dishes that you...
We've got a couple of things which we do have. On our menu, we have some kebabs on the menu,
yes,
which is Middle Eastern. Our all-day dining has a variety of international cuisine in there.
Good.
Yeah.
It's nice to have variety, right?
Yeah.
And that's the influence you can bring. I'm sure you do all types of things wonderfully, but not all chefs have worked in the Middle East as you have for more than a decade, which really adds to your capabilities.
It's fun doing something that you've done about 10 years ago.
Sure.
Yeah. So to that, we add a few cucumbers. Just does not matter how you want to cut it. I cut it into chunks. You could use fresh tomatoes or grape tomatoes, either ones. If it's fresh tomatoes, just cut them into dices. If it's grape tomatoes, just split them in half.
And how long have you been up at Sun Peaks Grand?
Getting close to 2 years.
Yes.
Getting close to 2 years. It's been good, yeah.
Sudhir was telling me just before we came back to the segment that his daughter attends the school up at Sun Peaks in grade 3, and she skis to school every day and skis home.
It's fun for her. 6 days of skiing or snowboarding.
She must be quite good then.
I wish I had a life.
Right? Gym class every day, right? You're skiing
Yeah.
every day. It's pretty cool. How big? The school's getting bigger all the time, I guess, the numbers.
There's about 120 kids up there right now.
Yep.
And it's growing. I mean, when we joined, probably 5 years ago, it was about 30 or 40 kids.
Oh, so it's
gone
expanding
up to
quickly.
120.
Yeah, it's coming.
So it's great. And then we've got some red radish, which we slice thin.
You have to have a sharp knife for that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, you got to carry your knives wherever you go, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a couple of red radishes there.
Do you sort of travel with your own knives? Like you have your own stuff that you use, or do you?
I do
Awesome.
carry my own set of knives.
Yes.
Wherever I go, I do carry my tools wherever I go.
Yes.
Right now, we just brought my little queso knives there. So,
Yeah, nice.
And besides that, you get some green onions in. Okay, it doesn't matter the white or the red part. Okay.
Very healthy.
Very healthy, very refreshing. It's made for the Middle Eastern summers, which are very hot, right?
Yes, I bet they are.
Yeah.
Would you say that Middle Eastern cuisine is generally quite healthy in its in what you guys offer?
Yes, they use a lot of olive oil and stuff of the sort. Their food is really healthy here. So you just take some mint off, just tear a little bit of mint,
Okay.
throw some mint into it. They don't really have to chop it. If you can if you want.
Okay.
And some flat Italian parsley, or the Middle Eastern parsley. Just pull out the leaves, mix them up together. So these are your basic ingredients that go into a fattoush. Now you can actually take off some of the ingredients or add something else. You could add peppers into it. You could add, depending on what your taste
Yes, exactly.
is like, right?
We're about at the 2-minute mark before we're out of time. Are we doing okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So now for the dressing, very quickly, olive oil, a little bit of white wine vinegar, bit of lemon juice.
Healthy, all healthy ingredients. Very
Yep.
healthy.
Some chopped garlic, salt, maybe a little more salt, dried mint.
Dried mint. And then lastly, which one's this?
This is called sumac powder.
I want to hold this up. So this is dried, this is the derivative of berries that have been
Yep.
dried, and then you can see there, it's very fine. I'm going to have to give it a little smell. Is that a very distinct smell, or?
Yeah, it's got a very tart flavor as well. So, and there's different varieties of it. So what we do is just mix that up. Okay. Into the salad. Okay. And then we've got some of this toasted pita bread. You could either fry it or toast it. Just break it in there. Okay. And then you just mix that
I'll
up.
let you do it. You're the chef, for crying out loud.
Just mix that up. Oh, there's one little ingredient that I forgot.
That's okay,
and
we
that
can add
is
it. What is that again?
pomegranate molasses.
Pomegranate. See, I've never even heard of that.
Yep. A dash of
Neat.
it into it. Okay, and then we just plate it out.
Extremely healthy and extremely tasty. That's going to be my guess.
Yep, you'll find this in almost every Lebanese restaurant
It's a
that you
staple.
go to. It's a staple. Just like hummus. Hummus is probably a little more popular here.
Sure.
But this salad is a very, very healthy salad that is pretty well known.
Beautiful.
You could do a little bit of
Wow, does that look good?
garnishing on it.
Look at that. And you're just drizzling a little bit of that pomegranate over
Yep.
top. I may have to have a little bite.
And a little bit sumac in there.
Beautiful.
A couple of pieces of that right up
That
there.
just looks fantastic. Let's go back for one more fast shot. I don't know if we can, but it just looks gorgeous. Look at that. Fattoush salad. We have Executive Chef Sudhir D'Souza joining us, and he is going to be a big part of this Taste of the Middle East event. This is taking place March 23 and 24 up at Sun Peaks Grand. Thank you for being here. I
Thank
can't
you for
wait to
having
dig
me.
in. The fatal mistake I make is putting this in my mouth, eating a big piece, and then I can't say goodbye to the break. So I'm going to try it on the break. So we'll take a quick break. But yes, if you'd like to get tickets, information on the screen. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.